Hey YouTube, this is Matthew Morgan again. Just coming back with a very strong word for y'all. I have a question. But before I go into that, I'm just gonna explain this. The cheating between a man and a woman. Here's the thing. A man can cheat out of lustful nature because he needs someone to pleasure him. A woman has to have some type of attachment to the person that she's cheating with. How do I know? Because men are made to be the hunters and gatherers, meaning they're meant to always see stuff in, reason. Women are more the emotional creatures because they have to feel like doing something. So here's the thing. If a woman cheats with a guy, she has to have feelings for him in general, because if a woman's not feeling you, she's not going to give you the time of day, period. But to cheat with you, she has to be inward down, very deep down, feeling you, but never say nothing about it. Women are emotionally attached to stuff. That's how you're made. There's no shame in that. That's why God made you the half of the man that knows how to be in touch with your emotions. A guy can just cheat because he's bored or horny. Both sides might do it because they don't feel any attention, but men cheat because they're horny. Women do it because they feel no love or emotion from the man that they're with. Just to put it out there. And also stability. Like, women don't want to be with a guy who can't take care of them, or at least a lot of them don't. Some don't really care about that. But anyway, now to the real reason I'm here. My question is, do y'all ever get tired of having to bury your children? The reason I'm bringing this up is because down through the years, innocent lives have been taken due to racism, and ignorance and prejudice all across the world. And people have been getting slayed left and right. Young, old, black, white, gay, straight, religious, non-religious, successful, non-successful. Every person on the face of this earth that exists to some degree then got slayed. And by slayed, I mean murdered. But it's like, don't y'all get tired of having to bury people you love? Unless you know it's of a natural cause or some unfortunate overdose or something like that, or it's, somebody just happened to get tired of this life and, well, you know what I'm trying to say. But, my serious question is, like, for parents, don't you get tired of getting that call that your child's at the morgue and you gotta identify their body? Then you gotta plan a funeral because the streets caught them before you could. Youngins, don't y'all get tired of having to bury your friends because they was out there doing wrong and no one was trying to lead them in the right direction? And if somebody was, the man was too caught up in trying to prove something that they didn't need to be proven, now they're gone. Don't y'all ever get tired of burying each other or seeing each other be buried or having to bury your children? Don't people get tired of that? Tired of having to shed tears because people died for stupid reasons that could have been avoided if people just knew how to swallow their pride and walk away from stuff that needed not to be even a situation that didn't even need to happen? Let me break something down to you. Systematically, that's a case that may never stop. Because here's the thing. Morgues probably make more, like funeral homes probably make more money off of black communities overall. Why? Because that's where the most murder rates happen. Now, I'm not saying white communities don't have that, but majority is usually where the African American culture resides because that's where the most systematic downfall goes to. And rednecks and pretty much anyone in the system don't like they put that on, but it's mostly African American for the most part that I know of. And it's sad because a lot of people have to die for no reason. All because someone doesn't like your skin color or the fact that you're homosexual or because you made it out the hood and people get jealous of your success and because you're in an interracial relationship or you just happen to be walking down the street and somebody just felt like robbing you for their own purpose. And it's like, do y'all ever get tired of just seeing each other go down, man? Do you ever get tired of going to jail, coming out, not having a life? You can't get a job nowhere because you keep going back to jail for the same systematic setup that you've been following for forever. Don't you ever get tired of that? Don't you ever get tired of having to lower that casket 6 feet in the dirt knowing that person you never will see again? Don't you get tired of shedding tears over people you love because life is just not fair? My basic point is, if you stop the wrongs, man, a lot of things will change. Like, for example, unfortunately, it's purpose that there's drugs in the black community. That's on purpose, as a lot of people know or should know. There's alcohol in the black community on purpose. There's strip clubs in the black community on purpose. There's fried chicken spots on every corner of the ghetto on purpose. Setups occur on every block in the hood, man. Trailer park too, but the hood mostly. So I'm just saying, like, don't y'all get tired of that? Because it hurts me. Because the reason why I'm saying it is because when I was younger, I had an unfortunate accident happen with one of my friends I went to middle school with. Her brother was caught up in that, drug dealer life, and unfortunately, he did a bad drug deal which caused his sister, my friend, to be shot up at their mom's house in a drive-by, and her mom had to bury her daughter, and that was a painful experience for everyone who knew her. Because she had such a bright future, and she had a good heart and a good spirit and all that. Straight A student. Like, very good person. And it's like, the thing about the black community I don't like is how everything gets swept under the rug and nobody wants to acknowledge that there's stuff wrong with the black community. It's just sad, man. Then I got to hear all this white man, the white man did this, the white man did that. And I'm like, okay, so if you know the white man is so bad, why do you keep falling for the same stuff that's been around for like 90, maybe, 450 years? You fall for the same stuff and it's been around for 450 years. And possibly back in Africa and Egypt, mostly Egypt. Still falling for the same routine. It's the same routine, just they're playing the game a different way. I'm just like, don't you get tired of having to spend money on funerals that don't even need to exist? This is my question. When Black Wall Street existed, how did it get destroyed? Because from what I was taught, African Americans had a booming society, but then white people came and ruined it because they didn't want our people getting as far as we did. I'm just wondering, like, did black people just give up, or did y'all just get tired? I don't understand. Because it's like after the Black Panthers turned into the Crips and the Bloods, it's like no one cared anymore. It's like, screw it. I don't care anymore. I'm tired of trying to fight what I can't beat. I'm going to just give in to the system and let them have their way. whatever little petty money and Section 8 and food stamps they throw at me, I'm going to just take it. Like, no one's standing up to say this ain't right. We need to do better. People just sitting by the wayside letting these things happen and no one's doing nothing. Then it's like when you get a black young person like that guy got shot, everyone's rioting and hooping and hollering and screaming about it. Then after a long time, people just go right back to being who they were. It's like nothing changes. I don't understand. I do not understand. It's like back in Africa, Africans had morals. We had principles in society. Now we in America, people done forgot who they are. It's like you got the successful African Americans, and you got the lower class, and you got the homeless. Like, I don't understand it. I just got to ask the question again. If African Americans know the white man is evil and you know they don't like us, instead of moving out the hood, why don't you stay in the hood and try to buy it, develop it, make it into something? Instead of waiting for the white man to buy it up, then y'all sit there and get mad about the white man buying up properties and turning them into stuff. Instead of getting mad at the white man, how about you take your communities back and put your money into building it up to be something that your children in the future can live in? Because the longer y'all sit there complaining about it, the less work y'all doing. It's not helping nothing at all. It's like white people are sitting back, like these millionaires and these billionaires are just sitting back, waiting to see if our people move, see if we do anything. And we usually never do. But I hate to say, the ones that try don't get very far. That's what I'm saying. If one person don't succeed, someone else got to do it. Stop complaining about the white man and do something about it. A closed mouth don't get fed, man. And a silent mouth don't fix nothing. Say it again. A closed mouth don't get fed. A silent mouth don't fix nothing. Like... It's like, how can y'all sit there and complain about the white man, but you ain't doing nothing to better their communities? Nothing. And I hated how black people think moving out the ghetto is going to change anything. No, it's going to still be the same unless white people buy it and develop it and make it, as the word calls it, was it gentrify it or whatever the word is. And for those who don't know what gentrify mean or gentrificated or whatever, it's when you make it more white. Like where white people can exist, where white people live, more, it costs more to live there. There's better opportunities, better schools, better everything. Alright. People need to stop complaining about the ghetto and help fix it, man. I know that white man sitting up in his office looking down on the ghetto like, y'all complaining, but y'all ain't doing nothing. Y'all letting your people die literally and figuratively, but y'all ain't doing nothing. Y'all sit there hooping and hollering over a black boy that got murdered by a white cop. Like, y'all ain't doing nothing. My other question. Okay, so a white cop is wrong if he kills a black young man. Okay, is a black young man wrong if he kills another black young man, or is that just revenge? Is a gay cop wrong if he kills a straight kid? Is a black cop wrong if he kills a white kid? Is a white cop wrong if he kills a white kid? I'm just curious. Is a human wrong if they kill an animal? I'm just curious. Because a lot of the time it only seems like something's wrong when it offends that race, but if it's another race, it don't matter. Like, every race should matter to every race. Like, everything should matter to everyone, even if you can't do nothing about it. But sadly, a lot of people just rather keep their nose out of it. The whole not snitching thing. Let me just tell you, the more not snitching you do, that's another young black guy in jail who has no future now, or is going to be a hell of a hard time making one. Or that's another young black man or black woman, white guy or white girl, gay dude, gay woman, whoever in the ground because you didn't say nothing. I understand it's scary to say something because you don't want to be on somebody's hit list, but sometimes it takes dying to fix a problem. If you've seen all the people that died in human history to try to change stuff, you know sometimes you have to die in order for someone else to live, man. Like, it's just sad to me how there's so many people dying because people don't want to say nothing. But I get people got families and jobs and stuff they don't want to lose, but let me give you a little dark life lesson about that one. You're probably going to lose that job. That family member's going to die eventually, so just make it worth the while to that time. Meaning, while you got the energy and the breath, use it to do something positive, man. Buy up the ghetto as an African American. Make it something you can live in and be proud of. Make it something your future children can live in and be proud of. Because to be honest, the ghetto wasn't always as messed up as it is. It's just white people are taking it out to see if you're going to put it back in. And if all the black communities brought their money together and start trying to build stuff up, we'd be better off. Instead of sitting here complaining about the white man and what the white man doing. The white man ain't worried about what you're doing. They're worried about money. They're not worried about what y'all doing. Money is what they're worried about. Money. Y'all too worried about what they're doing. They're worried about money. They don't care if y'all go back to the ghetto or deeper back into it. They're worried about that dollar. Y'all too worried about what they're doing. And if y'all gonna worry about what they're doing, fix it. Like, y'all with good jobs. Put some money towards a YMCA. A Boys and Girls Club. Something. Something to keep these youngins off the streets so they stop getting into drugs and guns and alcohol and stuff. Because nowadays you can't even go to a YMCA or a Boys and Girls Club because it costs too much money. You can't go to a basketball court or a baseball court because you got to pay for it or they're taking the hoops away. So you can't do that no more. Put your money into your community so it can turn into something, man. If you're going to complain about how bad it is and you're not going to do nothing, then just shh, because you're not helping. But if you're going to complain, at least fix it. That's all I'm saying. Because if y'all parents want to keep running down to that casket and crying your eyes out till they're red and sore because your son or daughter is dead now, then don't fix it. But if you want them to live a little longer, then fix it. Because moving out the ghetto is not going to change. But I understand you want to move because you want to better your child's chances of having a better life than you. And you don't want nothing happening to them. But here's a wise word of advice. No matter where you move, it's not going to stop anything from happening to you or your children. This is how you deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So just remember, if you're going to do that, at least do this. If you're going to do that without doing this, then just shh, because you're wasting energy. I'm out. Oh yeah, stop complaining about what the white man's doing if you're not going to try to do better. The hood ain't as bad as you think. It's only as bad as you make it. I'm out.